So I'm going to do another quiz in the official Superman quiz book by Bruce Nash, published in 1978, and this one is going to be powerless. True or false, Superman's powers are ineffective against magic. That's true. What Kryptonian virus will kill the Man of Steel within 30 days if he is exposed to it? And I have that story coming up very shortly. I think I accidentally looked at the answer. I think it was like X something, X virus. What effect does the extraterrestrial contagion have on Earthlings? None. Actually, I'm not even sure. I'm going to say none, but I'm not sure about that. True or false? Superman can be trapped in the Phantom Zone. True. What is the only substance Superman's X-ray vision cannot penetrate? Lead. True or false? Superman has been able to go back in time on several occasions and change the course of history. True, I think. What happens to upset Superman's super metabolism every 6th Kryptonian solar year? I don't know. True or false? Superman loses his powers when he is not on a planet with a yellow sun. I don't think so. I think it's only if they have a red sun. It's like the red sun strips him of his powers. Although Superman has super memory and the power of total recall, his recollections of his early life have been dimmed by his frequent encounters with kryptonite. What device did the Man of Steel invent to help him remember certain incidents? And I have just read this story, and I don't remember what the name of the devices. Superman feels no pain when he pinches himself. True? I think that's true, even though he has super strength. True or false? Superman will suffer emotional distress if he is not allowed to dream. I think I heard that's true. What is the only way to pierce Superman's invulnerable skin if he's exposed to kryptonite? True or false? Superman was born with superpowers on the planet Krypton. No, of course not. True or false? Superman's superhearing cannot penetrate lead. No, he can. Lead has no effect on that. True or false? Red radiation strips Superman of his powers. Yes. Red solar radiation. True or false? Superman loses his superpowers when visiting the bottle city of Kandor. Yes, because it is bathed in red solar radiation. What is the only solid object Superman's heat vision cannot melt? Lead, although sometimes it can. True or false? Superman traveled back in time to Krypton before it exploded. He retained his superpowers. False. He lost his superpowers. True or false? Superman's telescopic vision cannot see into other dimensions, universes, and time periods. True. But I'm not sure. How did the sand Superman permanently drain off a portion of the Man of Steel's superpowers? I think he just absorbed it. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. All right. True. Ineffective against magic. Virus X. Yeah, I accidentally saw that one. It has no effect on Earthlings. That is the Virus X. Has no effect. True. Superman can be trapped in the Phantom Zone, of course. Lead. So that is the only substance his X-ray vision cannot penetrate. False. Superman cannot change the course of history no matter how hard he tries. Okay, so I got that one wrong. He experiences a birth spell on the date of his birth. The spell is marked by feelings of profound sorrow and lamentation. Okay. True. Superman loses his powers when he is not on a planet with yellow. Okay. All right. I thought it had to be a red sun. The Mind Prober Ray. All right. So that's the device he uses to remember when he was a child. False. It hurts. Okay. So he can hurt himself. All right. True or false? Superman. False. No, true. So he does need to sleep to dream. He needs to dream. What is the only thing that can penetrate? Something from the... Okay, so anything from the planet Krypton. All right. Superman was born with superpowers on the planet Krypton. Of course, that's false. No superpowers. Superman's superhearing cannot penetrate lead. That is... His superhearing can't? Oh, all right. Well, that's surprising. Solar radiation strips him of his powers. True. Superman loses his superpowers when he's in Kandor. True. What is the only solid object Superman's heat vision cannot melt? Is lead. So false. So when he traveled back to Krypton, he loses his powers on a planet with red sun, like Krypton. 19. True or false? Superman's telescopic vision cannot see into other dimensions. True. Whoa, this is a long one. How did the Sand Superman... Okay, the Sand Superman. A massive chain reaction that destroyed all the kryptonite on Earth opened a rift between his universe and the realm of Quarm. From this rift, an invisible mist escaped and passed over Superman's unconscious body. The Man of Steel had been knocked out in the desert by the explosion and sunk into the desert sand there to be charged with Superman's mental and physical vibrations. Gradually, the bits of sand took on the form of Superman and came alive. A psychic link was established between Superman and his sand double. Each time the Man of Steel came close to his sand likeness from the realm of Quarm, Superman grew weaker while the sand creature grew stronger. The sand Superman eventually returned to his own dimension, leaving America's #1 hero permanently drained of some of his superpowers. I actually read that story when it was first published. It was a pretty good story as I remember it. I kind of would like to read it again, although I don't have that comic anymore. But I don't think I did as well as I should have done. But some of these were quite surprising, like his super hearing can't hear through lead. That's quite surprising. But anyway, another quiz in the official Superman quiz book.